audio, switch over to talking, and we can say hello, everyone. How are you doing, Mama?
Alright.
I'm doing alright as well. What all have you been up to?
Starting out Prime Week. Yuck.
Yeah, I've heard that is quite unpleasant.
Made jam on Saturday with Martha.
What was it you said you did with Aunt Martha?
We made jam.
Made jam? Okay. I heard jam, but I didn't hear the word made.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, what kind of jam?
Plum.
Plum. Nice. I haven't been up to too much. I did my Project Zomboid streams on Thursday night and Friday night. And those went okay. I died horribly multiple times. So I will not survive the zombie apocalypse. Other than that, I've been playing lots of Horizon Zero Dawn, just sort of randomly, not scheduling those. But yeah, and clearly from my streams, if anybody looks at the times from when those were streamed and how long those are, my sleep schedule has suddenly become reversed, so that's great. But it is what it is, I guess. Yeah. Other than that, I think I'm ready to do some Sudokus if you are.
Yep.
Alright, so let's go ahead and I guess before I switch, I'm going to turn you up a bit. Try that. Okay. Can you talk real quick just so I can make sure the audio's in the right spot?
How quick do I need to talk? Do I need to talk really, really, really fast, or just kind of,
Okay. You're a little quiet because your voice is hitting like just under the little yellow range. Of course, when I talk, it gets into the red range. So maybe I need to turn myself down a little bit. Let's try that. Does that work? Yeah. See, that's keeping me in yellow. So hopefully that's better.
Just as
But
long as you don't hear me chewing.
yeah. All right then. Let us go ahead and get started with our first puzzle. Today, our first puzzle is Pac-Man by Blobs. Normal Sudoku rules apply. The ghosts, Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde, are a set of the digits 1 through 4. White dots separate consecutive digits. And that's it. So all of these white dots would be maybe 1, 2, 3, or maybe that would be 3, 4, 5 in some order. Oh, well, not in some order. They have to be consecutive as they go across. And then these are going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I guess across this 4 is going to have to be 3 or 5. Across this 3 is going to be not 4 or 5, 3 or 2.
Box 3 has a 2 on a white crop key.
So that would be 1 or 3. Okay. If I look at box 9, these 3 consecutive digits cannot be 1, 2, 3. Because if they were 1, 2, 3, this one over here would be 4, and I think orange is Clyde. Clyde wouldn't be able to be anything. So we have to be 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, where you don't have 5 or 9 in the middle. We've got a similar situation up here. This cannot be 2, 3, 4, because then you'd end up with that being 1, and then this would be nothing. So, although I guess that just simply means the minimum digit cannot be well, in this group, cannot be a 2. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where this one cannot be 3 or 9. Now, this one cannot be 9 either. And this cannot be a 2. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if this was a 3, these would both be 4s, so that's not a 3. If this was a 4, these would both be 5s, because somehow this one's not a 3. That one couldn't be a 3, because this one couldn't be a 2. And this can't be a 3, because those would both be 4s. Okay, so this one's not 4.
Okay. In box 2, you can't have 1 on the bottom because then it would have to have 2 on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
So where could you put? Oh no, 2. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to put 2 in box 1 at all.
Right. Because we have to put 2 down here. We get 2 up here.
So 1 and 2 have to be on the top of box 2.
Right.
So it's a 3 on the Kropke dot.
I get 1 down here, and 1 can't be consecutive with 2, so that actually places 1. This is a 5. But knowing that 2 is down here, it has to be on the ends, because if you couldn't put it in the middle, these would both be 3, which means we're going to have a 3 in the middle, and this is going to be 2 or 4, and this is 2 or 4, and then this would be 1 or 5 then. This can't be 4, because those would both be 5s.
Well, and there's
Actually,
2 4 pair in the box.
Right. So the middle 2 can't be 5s. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, these 2 have to have 7 on them, so you can't put 7s on the ends. Okay, where can I put... Oh, I can put 9 in the middle still, because all of the drawings are decorative. I guess over here, we know... Column 3.
Uh-huh. The Kropke dots along there
This
cannot
group?
have a 1 on it, because that would span from 1 to 4.
Right. So 1's one of these 2.
Yeah.
That means you can't put 2 on here either, right? Because then...
Right, because 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So that's going to be a 1. No, it doesn't have to be a 1, 2 pair.
but it does mean that this is 3 and up. But this isn't 3 or 5. And if the minimum on this group is 3, then you can't put 3 in the middle. And this can't be a 4, because then these would both be 5s. And actually, this one wouldn't even work. So that's not a 4. And then this one's not a 9, because this one is, well, I guess, 2 through 9. But where can I put 3 in this column? It's already in box 1 and in box 7. So it has to be here. And since we removed 2 from here...
Well, in that line that you're looking at right now, you can't have 9s in the middle at all.
Oh, right. But I think this one has to be 3, making this 2, 4. And, well, we know that there isn't a 2 on here, so this is actually 4. And then that would have to go 5, and then 6. One, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8. I keep forgetting about these gray squares.
Well, it's because they don't really represent anything. They're just decorative.
Yeah. Where's 1 in this column? It's not in boxes 3 or 9. So it's not there. So it has to be one of those 2.
Okay, I'm looking at column 3 again.
Uh-huh.
Up there in box 1, doesn't 8 have to be one of those 2? Because if it's a 9, then the other one's an 8. But if it's not a 9, then it's an 8.
Right.
So that takes the 8 out of the bottom, too, as well.
Oh, and this one's not a 7, because we already know the 7's there. And actually, we know that this has to have a 6 on it. So that's not 6. So 6 is one of these 2. And actually, this can't be a 9 anymore because of the 8 here. Okay, I think we can remove all of that. Hope we can remove all of that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this has to have 7 on it. You can't put 7 here. If this one's not 5, this one's not 6. You can't put a 7 in the middle, you can't put 5 or 9 in the middle, because this is either 7, 8, 9 or 5, 6, 7. If this was a 9, it would have to go, 9, 8, 7, which would break this one. But this can't be a 9, so this isn't an 8. But if this was an 8, it would have to go down to 7 as well. So I think this is 5, 6. Places an 8 in the middle. 5, 6, 8.
Box box 3 has a 4 in the center cell.
Out of that
And
one.
then it's 7, 8, 9 for the Kropkis in one direction or the other.
Which the 8 here makes that a 7. 8, 6, 5, 9, 9, 7 here. 6 and 9 out of those, a 7 out of there. This is a 7 or 8 because those two are the same digit. That's not 7 or 8. If this was a 9, it would go 9, 8, and then not work. So that's not a 9. 7, 8 pair. 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7. Okay, that works either way. Um, 7, 8, 5, 4. What's left? These three are 3, 5, 6. Makes these 1, 2, 4. Oh, 5 has to go down to 4 or 6, but there's a 4 above it, so that's a 6. Then that must go to 7. And this can't be another 6, so that's an 8. 7, 8, 9, 1, 9, not 7 or 8. Not 7 or 8, not a 6. And, well, one of those is a 6. Oh, that makes this 3, and now none of these are 3, so that's 2, 4, 1. 2, 4, not a 3. And where's 2 in this box? It's not here. It's not 6, 7, or 4. That's not a 2. That's not a 2, so this is. What's left over in the box? Got 1, 3, 5, 9. Where that's apparently a 5. 3. And 1 or 9, which I guess I could have just looked at the column for. This is 1 or 3.
Yeah.
2 and 6. 1, 7, 8, 9. Well, that's not a 1. That's not an 8. 6, 9, 5. Okay, well, in this box, 1 can't be here because of Blinky. It can't be in the middle because of the 1 over here. 1 is in 4, and if I put a 1 on the Crocky dot, it would have to pair with a 2, which I believe is Inky. So that's a 1. Makes that a 9, a 1. Either of those are 9s. 7, 8 pair. 2, 4, 5. Not a 3, not an 8. If this was a 3, it would have to pair with 2 or 4. So that's not a 3. So that is. Means that's not, and that is.
The Kropki on the left can't be a 9.
Because that can't be an 8. Yeah. What's left over down here? 4, 5, and 6. So that's not a 4. But you're going to have to have a 5.
Over there.
Two, which is apparently just there. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. I don't see 1.
4, 9.
And one of these has to be a 7, so that's an 8. 6, 7 makes 5, and 9, 7, 6, 8, 9, 8, 7, 7, 8, 6, 5, 7, 6, 7, 5, 6, 9, and done. Nice. The decorations, I think, made that a little bit harder than it needed to be. Although it is kind of fun to have it anyway, just because of the way you can make the puzzle with it being Pac-Man themed.
Right.
But it didn't like distract us too much, or at least distract me too much. But you are incredibly quiet, so I'm not sure if just the microphone's like far from your mouth, or if
I don't know. Maybe.
that's a lot better.
Okay. Maybe I just had it shifted.
Right. Then let's go ahead and move on to puzzle number 2. My favorite song by The Asylum? Maybe? Hopefully that's correct. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Normal thermometer rules apply. Normal Japanese sums rules apply. Colors used in this grid are purple, blue, brown, green.
Gold.
Gold. Red, orange, gray, and black. For best results, remove all unshaded markings you have done once complete. Then read the song title hidden vertically in the grid. Thermometer rules. Digits must strictly increase from the bulb end. Japanese sums rules. The squares outside the grid indicate the order of the runs of contiguous cells that must be shaded the color of the clue. The number in the square indicates the sum of the cells in the run. There must be at least one unshaded cell between runs of the same color, but that is not required for runs of different colors. All shaded runs are given. Okay.
Well, the thermo down there in box 7 is pretty easy.
Well, 6 purple pretty much guarantees that those are purple.
Yeah.
Um,
And blue is going to have to be the number 4 itself.
what was W? Brown.
Well, and 15 purple for row. That's 15. And the
Oh,
purple for
45 brown.
well, and column we know it's a 1, a space, a 2. But it doesn't have to, it could be space 1, space 2. It just space. It just the blue and the 1 and the 2 have to be separated by a space, but there may or may not be a space.
So 1, 2, and 4, 6.
Okay. 24, 34, 35, 36, 37. So there 8, a sum of a column or row 7 is missing a sum of 8.
Okay.
And it would have to be 8 in 2 because it doesn't have a 1 in it.
That would be 3 and 5. And the 5 has to be over here. And that's unshaded, so... Oh, and we know that the brown has to be like this, which is a 4-6.
Right.
And the 5 has to be over here, so that is going to be like this, and we have 3 left over.
And the 1 and the
3,
2 are blue.
9. Blue.
Okay, well, 5
means
is brown. And it can't include the 4, so it doesn't have 1 in it. So it's going to be 2, 3. And blue is 17, which would be 8, 9. And column 8, all of those sum to 45. $27 is a minimum of 4.
And this is maximum 18. 6 and 3 is 9, plus another 9 is 18. Another 9 is needed to go from 18 to 27. So we actually need 2 more, because I can't reuse a 9.
Right. Row 3, the brown sums to 18, so it's going to be at least 3.
Oh. Gray has to be 2. But if I were to put the 2 here, it would conflict with the 1. So we get 2 there. That's gray. Okay. 6 cannot be 1, 2, 3. And it cannot be 1, 5, or 2, 4. So it's going to have to be 6 on its own. Oh.
And then an unshaded.
And that has to be 8 here, because it's unshaded all the way down. Oh, and we know that this is all brown, so this has to be a black 5.
And to the right of that black 5 is an 8.
This row, we've got 13, and 20 is 33, and 9 is 42, so we're missing 3. We know this is unshaded, and it's minimum 3. We know this is green, and these 3 are gold. And 9 plus 7 plus 6 is more than 20, I think.
Yeah, it's 22.
Okay. But what about column 6? 4 and 4 is 8, and 2 is 10. 33 and 5 is 38.
Which
and
leaves
we know
7 unshaded, which is there.
Okay, so that means all of this is gold. Gray is going to have to be 2 digits long, because this has to be a 1, and so this is 3. And this has to be a 4 in brown. And 23 is going to be 6, 8, 9. I mean, that's all that's left in the column anyway.
Right.
That's 10, so this is a minimum 8.
Yeah, column 5, the 8 is, or the blue is 8. And that's 14. Gold is 5, and then something, and then gold is 4.
Right.
And you can't, so it's going to have to be 5 space, and that the gold for row 6 is 13. So 5 and 8 is 13.
Could it be
For the
6
row.
and 2?
I suppose it could. Oh yeah, because gold is over there. But it can't be 9.
Yeah. This is a 4-9 pair, because these have to sum to 8, and those sum to 8, and that is 8. So
Yeah.
this is a 7.
In column 6, the gold, it can't have 9 with the 5 because that's already 14. That's over the 13, so that can't be 9. And an 8 can't be the 9. In fact, that's just going to have to be 8.
Yeah, because we know it's unshaded on either side. So this is 6, and then this has to be 2.
Okay,
and now
then the other,
green has to expand 1 because it can't just be 9.
and was the 3 was all that we had that was unshaded?
I believe so, yes.
8, 13, 33, yeah, 42. $16, 26.
12's going to have to expand.
22, that's 30.
Well, 4 can't be 1, 3, so this has to be a 4.
Column 2 sums to 45.
So this is going to have to be all green.
And 8 in 3 is either 1, 2, 5, which it can't be, or 1, 3, 4. Either way, that's going to have a 1 because it can't be 3, 5. If it's in 2, it can't be 2, 6, or yeah, it's going to have a 1. It can't be 1, 7, though. So it's
Can't
going
be
to
1,
have to be
7, 2, 6, or 3, 5, so it has to be a 3.
so right, and it can't be 1, 2, 5. So it's going to be 1, 3, 4. 6, 7, 9.
9, not 6. This is now 2
2
or
or
3,
3.
and it can't be a 3. But knowing that this is a 2 doesn't mean that this is a 7, because you can put a green
Right.
1 here.
Now, if the yellow is in
That couldn't be 1 or 6. 1
1
and
and
3, I
3.
think. That's 12, so those are all unshaded.
In column, in box 4, there's 7 green for the row 5.
All right.
So we know it's unshaded prior.
That's 13,
6.
so that's unshaded. So
Okay.
4, 3, and 4, and 8,
We need
and
5 and an 8. 2 and 6.
okay.
Okay, so we need for column 8,
This has to be 5 and
13,
9 to be two different
17.
reds. And it, again, be two different reds. That's 2 and 7.
Yeah.
And
Okay, there's
6 and 8.
column 5. It still needs 7 unshaded.
Well, the brown has to be 2, and
Right.
it can't
And
be
it
in
can't
this
be.
row.
It's got to be. And
I'm
7 is
compromising on
unshaded.
the orange as being red and
Right.
yellow.
Because the orange is more orange than brown, or brown than orange. That's a
Yeah.
7.
What's left over in this column? 5, 6, and 8. 5, 8, 6.
In row 2, the brown is sums to 13. It can't be 6 and 7. It's got to be 4 and 9.
11. 3, 8. Because it can't be 2,
Right.
4,
And they're
or
resolved.
5. And
1
these,
and
this is those.
1 and 5 left in box 3.
And we're done. And so what was the favorite song? They said,
All right, remove the unshaded.
I.
2. Well, there's a 2 and an O below it. I. That looks like a K.
Yeah. I mean, that could be an L? Isle? With I
Apostrophe.
apostrophe L? I mean, this could be a 1?
No.
An S? I mean, that could be it's.
It's okay if we're going down.
I don't know songs very well.
I If it's current, I haven't the foggiest.
Yeah. All right. To the comments. Okay, It's Okay by Nightbird,
Okay.
apparently. That's what the author of the song put as a comment on the video.
Brown is a tree, and the gray and orange is a bird. To reference Nightbird.
Okay.
Okay. No clue.
Okay, I see a tree
Yeah.
and a bird. All right. Well, that is that puzzle. I'm not familiar with the song, so I cannot, unfortunately, cannot recommend it the same way the author of this puzzle can, but the author of this puzzle does recommend the song, so I will then say we move on to the next puzzle. And that is going to be my first Iroquois? Maybe? How would you pronounce that?
Yeah. Sounds reasonable.
Alright. By Damasosos 92. Hopefully that's correct as well. Place the digits 1 through 9 into the grid without repeats in rows, columns, or outlined irregular regions. Adjacent digits in green lines differ by at least 5. Alright, well it's 6 by 6, but we get to use all the digits. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 9. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay, there are 4 9-cell regions. Okay, and in this one, where can 5 go? Well, it can't go on the German whisper line, so it has to be one of these two. And in this region, also can't be on a German whisper line, and it can't be here because that would conflict with those two. So this is a 5. In this box, or region rather, 5 isn't 6, and it's not on a German whisper line, so it's one of these two. And then finally here, not on a German whisper line, and it can't be here or there. So it's one of these two, and because these two line up, it can't be here, so that's a 5. And then I guess we're just gonna say that these are all purple, and the rest are green. This one. And we know that one of these is green, so this one's being purple. This one's green. This one is one of the colors. Maybe it's purple. And we'll have one of these over here.
The one that's kind of like a sideways C, I guess it is, that's in the center there.
This one?
It has 2 purple, or 4 purple and 3 green, so that last one's green.
I think this has to be 5 and a low digit. Because we already have a high digit, and there are 2 high digits in this group, and so that's 3 high digits, and the 4th high digit has to be here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I can't put 4 in any of those, but that could be 4 and 9. I don't think that has to be 4 or 5. There are 3 purple digits. Well, we know that these have to be 1 or 9, because they're the only digits that can see 4 different... Well, wait, no. Because these 2 and those 2. And those 2 and those 2. Like, it's perfectly fine for that to only be 2 different digits. So, I mean, then it's just not 4 or 6.
Well, the only place a 4 or a 6 could go is on the end.
Yeah. Although you could put a 4 or 6 here on these corners.
Yeah. Now, you can't have 6 on the bottom row, because there's already a 6 in that row.
It's too much of the grid. I marked it all in black just to see where all of the 4s and 6s could go.
Oh.
But I think it's too much of the grid to really know for sure. I mean, I guess technically the 5s and 6s can walk there, but even then, that's not really that restricted. So, I mean, where do we go from here? Because normally, like, thinking about 4s and 6s would be the go-to on the German Whisper line. I mean, I guess, like, in this grid, none of those can be 4s, but clearly a 5 isn't a 4.
Ask where 6 can go on that grid. In that shape instead of 4.
It
because
can't be here.
that
So...
Okay, since one of those has to be a 6,
it can't be that
and that
one.
junction is a 1.
That's not 6.
Okay, so now we know the blue.
These aren't 4s. Means that is.
Okay, 2 and 3 can't go to 7. Or the 2-3 pair on the...
Yeah. Two, three pair means that's not a 2 or 3. Now 0 out there.
Yeah, row 6 or row 4. Row 4. It's the one that's solid green across. The last one can't be a 6 because it
Doesn't have
attaches
a
to
1.
a 2 or a 3. The column 5, the 7, 8, 9 toward the bottom there can't be a 7 because it's a 2 or 3 above and it doesn't have a 1. Yeah.
Right.
So is the triple Z guy here? Checked in?
Nope, no one's commented, at least not according to
Okay.
YouTube on my phone.
Okay, the shape that's on the left needs a
Oh,
6
got a
in it.
7 and 9. This is a 6 and a 1.
6.
4 makes this a pair of 9s. 8. This is apparently a 7 now. 7 9 pair doesn't mean anything, but a 2 3
Bottom
pair
of
does.
column 2.
Well, that did a lot of stuff. Alright. 6 and 1.
Column 5, the 7
Oh,
going
that
down
places
has
a
to
2.
go to, yeah. Okay, in the 4 has to, that green right there, that too short has to be 4 9 because it sees 1 and 2 in its shape and 3 in its row.
Okay.
Eight can't go to 4, bottom of column 5.
One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. There, those aren't 7s. That's apparently just a 2. An 8, a 4, a 7. And we're done. Pretty interesting puzzle.
Yeah.
Got another one by the same author, Iroquois City, or The Iroquois City, rather, by Damasosos, 92. Place the digits 1 to 9 into the grid without repeats in every row, column, and outlined region. Each cell represents a skyscraper whose height is the digit in that cell. Taller skyscrapers obscure the view of smaller ones, and clues outside the grid tell how many skyscrapers are visible looking across the row or column from the direction of the clue. And since they're it's all of the digits 1 to 9, knowing that these are ones does not automatically place 9s in there.
Right.
But what it does is remove 9s from the rest of the row or column. So I guess, where can I put 9s? Because they can't go here, here, or here. And they can't be at the start of anything larger
Then 1.
Yeah. I guess with this 6, it removes it all the way down. It can't be there. So let's highlight those real quick. Now, this box, the only place a 9 can go is here, so that takes it out of those. A 3, you can't put a 9 here, so it's not there. A 3, again, can't go here.
Those two shapes that surround that 2.
This one.
Yeah, that one and the one above it. The 9 possibilities are in those 2 columns. One is in one column, the other's in the other.
So it removes it from here.
In fact, the one that's on the outside, yeah, that one can't be, yeah. So that one is.
That's a 9. That's not. That's a 9. And this can't be a 9 because 4 wouldn't work. So now...
So that row 2 has a 2 at the end.
Uh-huh.
Well, it doesn't mean it has to be an 8, though, because it just has to be something that's...
It has to be larger than these two.
Yeah.
But we can still think about where 8s are, because now that they're the largest digit, they again cannot be after a 1 in the rows or columns where there isn't already a 9.
Right.
It cannot be the, well, this 6 means you can't put an 8 in any of these, because it has to see the whole column. It can't be the first...
Yeah, it can.
Oh, it can be the first digit of this too, because there's a 9 right over here. In fact, it's the only place an 8 go in this box.
Yeah.
Remove ones from there. It cannot be the beginning of 4 in any of these 3. 3 for these 2. It can be the beginning of the 2. This 4, it cannot be these 3. This 4, it cannot be the first 2. It can be the third one because there's a 9 after. And a 2, because of the 9 placement, you can't put an 8 in either of those 2. Okay, perfect. Oh, I guess actually it's not none of those, because we're looking at 8s.
Yeah. I was going to say the shape that's the bottom right corner
only has one position. And this 1, if this was an 8, would mean it would see something. Something else, because we know it sees this. This has to be the largest. It has to be an 8. So our 8s are done. Okay. So 1 is done, 1 is done, 2 is done. So now we go to, where can 7s go? I can just hit Control A. Again, the 6, it has to be the second to last one if it exists at all. It can be anywhere in the bottom row. This 3, it cannot be the first one, but it could be the second one. This 4, it cannot be the first one. 2 would work.
But it
3,
can't be the ones that come after it.
right. For 3, it cannot be the first or second position, and that is also... No, it is not true of this one, because there's a 9. So if this was a 7, then that would work. But for the 4, because there is no 9, it has to be at least the 4th digit, so it's removed from these two. For this 4, it's removed from the first 3. And obviously it's not a 9 or an 8 or a 2. So 7s look less helpful. If I'm looking at this correctly. This 1, because there's no 8 or 9 that can go here, means 7 can't be in these two positions. So that's a 7. So that means the 1 is done. But I don't think there's anything else we can say. But I do want to look at this 4-3 row, because this cell has to be 6 or 7, because we know it's the largest digit in the whole row.
Right.
Because we know that from this side we see 4, so we know that all 3 of these must be smaller than this one, and this one sees 3, so these two must be smaller than that one. Unless I'm thinking about it wrong.
No, I think that's right.
Because if any other digit was the largest, you wouldn't be able to see everything correctly.
Right.
Because this is the closest it can be to the left side, and the closest it can be to the right side. So if it was shifted leftward, the 4 wouldn't work, and if it was shifted rightward, the 3 wouldn't work. Okay, so yeah, so it can't move. That is the largest digit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, its minimum value is 6. And I guess with the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 3, 4, 2, 3. But if this was a 6, then this would be a 7, and the 4 would only see 2. And if this was a 5, you could put a 6 and then a 7, but then it would only see 3. So this has to be a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, and then 5 and 6 go here. But if this goes 4, then you have to have 5, 6, 7. This is also 5 and 6, and this has to be a 7.
Okay, well then you can get rid of this purple in that same shape as the 7.
6 is done.
Okay, that center shape that has the 7 in it, there are 4 still empty slots.
And
And
that
since
2
that,
placed the 2.
right, the 7 is the highest spot. And it
Oh,
sees
since
the
it won't.
3. Right. And since it goes from, for the 4 side, it's got to be 5 and then 6.
Right. And I think I knew that earlier, which is why
Yeah,
I should have placed it earlier. About it.
You just didn't think to place it, so that's all right. And next to the last row, the 4 on the right, it's going to see 5, 6, and 7 because the 8s and 9s are all done. So that's going to have.
This has to be larger than these 2. So these
So
2
it has
can't be
to
a
be
4. It can't be a 2. 4 and 3.
So that 4 is done.
What's left in this box? Row region. 1, 3, 4, 8, 9. Those 2 aren't 2. 7. These aren't 5 and 6. So that's not a 7. So it can't be 7, it's no longer purple. I guess we should fill in this region, 2, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 1, 1, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 5, 6. And anything that's not purple can't be a 7. The 4 sees 8 and 9, so it has to see both of these. So this cannot be a 6.
And column 5, the 3 above it, it has to see both of the 2 before the 9, so the second one can't be a 1. The first one can't be 6.
And then this one
That
can't be 4. And then that gives us a 5, 6 pair. Well, where can a 1 go in this region? Apparently only here. So that's no longer a 7. This 3 is essentially done. And the 4 must see the 4 and the 8 and the 9. So this has to be a 3. That places 7, dot 7, 2, 7. And so we're done with 7s. And the 2, this must be bigger than the one that follows. And that finishes the puzzle. There we go. Yeah, that was another good one. I like these puzzles that are smaller that you have to still fill in all of the digits 1 through 9. It makes it. I guess it just makes it interesting.
Different challenge.
Mm-hmm. All right, still got time for at least one more, so let's tackle Middle Digit by Tool Rock. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Cells separated by a knight's move in chess cannot contain the same digit. Digits in a killer cage cannot repeat, and the cage's sum is shown. Digits along an arrow sum to the digit in the arrow's circle. Digits along the indicated diagonal sum to the total given. All right. 40 along the diagonal here.
Well, box 2 has a 30 cage and a 10 cage, which leaves a 5. Box 1 has a 5 cage that's all by itself.
I'm not
Row
sure
8,
why even giving that.
that's a 5. Row 7 is a 35 cage and then the end of the 20, so that sums to 10, so it's 10 above in row 6. 10 and 30 is 40, so that circles a 5.
Is here. And these have to be high digits, so this is a low digit. This region, my guess is the circle's a 5. To confirm it, 30 and 30 is 60, and 15 is 75, and 10 is 85, and 5 makes 90, which is what 2 boxes are.
Yeah, or you could have looked at it as the 30 and 15 is 45, so 30 and
Yeah, that would have been easier. And I realized that halfway through, but didn't say anything because I was already on the I'd already done the 230s.
And the arrow part of that 5 in box 5 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to get rid of the digits inside.
Okay.
Okay, well, one of those two is
5
5, and anti-knight means that's a 5.
And then the other in the 15 is a high.
Right.
Box. Yeah.
But that sees both of those by knight's move, so we get 5s
Right.
here. Okay. These 4 are all different, because this one sees both of those. So if this was, say, a 2 and a 3, you couldn't do a 2 and a 3 the same there.
Right.
So this has to be a high digit because it sees all 4. And these two have to be high digits because they see that one by knight's move, which makes this a blue digit and that a high digit. Low and high. This digit is that digit. This one is that one. Not sure if that's helpful. All it does is put them both up here. Alright, I think we're at the limits of what red and blue alone can do. So we're going to make this blue and red, and we're going to make this yellow and green. So this one ends up being yellow. Yellow is neither of those. These are yellow-green, and this is red and blue. Since
That's
this
red.
one, red, and this one is yellow or green. Whatever the bottom digit is. Oh, it's not green, because green's over there. So this one's not yellow, this one's not green then.
Well, that yellow is in rows 4 and 5 already, so.
Yeah. Blue's one of those two. And red is the other one of those two, because blue and red both see there.
Right. And in box 4, green is in column 1. Green can be placed in box 8.
There, not there, obviously not 5.
Anti-knight.
For both of them. What? Did I mess that up?
No.
Not there, not there. Neither of those, and not 5. That one.
Oh.
This one's green. That one cannot be blue. Oh, I think I forgot to remove those. Those weren't blue. It's green and yellow. Yeah, if we were to go back and look at the footage, it would probably say that it was we just missed those because blue can't be there. It can't be 5. It can't be green. So blue is one of those 4, but it's not particularly located anywhere. For certain, so I'm thinking I'll just leave it alone. Okay. Now this has to be yellow, because it can't be red or green, and because of this, it can't be blue. And this is the yellow low digit, so this one is not the yellow low digit.
Yeah, and the top half of that 10 is 6, 7, 8, 9.
Right? If I wanted to place
Yellow could be placed in box 3.
Not here, not here, not there, and anti-knight. Yellow. So yellow is one of those two. And, well, I mean, yellow has to be here. So, yellow. I think that's all the yellows. It is. Green is one of those two. One of those 3. I don't think green's going to be helpful. Red has to be here. So in here, it's not on the bottom, not anti-knight, not there, because this one is not the best. That's not the best either. Top row, and then where can red go? Here, not on the top, can't be over there. Yeah, red's not that helpful. I'm going to take red out of here, actually. But we know that this is 5.
Right.
And that's a small digit. So the most that this is 9.
Oh, well, that one's
6. 6.
a high digit. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6.
this one's a high digit. Okay, I think I want to go ahead and add in the low digits, because this is a yellow high digit, this one's a red high digit, blue, yellow, yellow, blue, green, and so now we can ask the question of which high digits are these? Well, we know that this isn't the blue high digit because it's seen right there. So this is red or green. Wait, those can't be yellow. That? Wait, this is just broken.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Just take the color out. Alright.
We know that that's a 5. We know that that's a 5. And that ended up being a 5. You know, this is 5, which makes that a 5. Although not really.
Box 2, the uncaged one, is a 5.
So this is a 5.
Why did the circle itself have to be a 5 in box 4?
Not here, it's not. Oops. It's not here, it's not here, it's not there. This 5, anti-night.
Oh, right. Anti-night.
Yeah.
Forgot about anti-night for a minute.
So now it has to be here, it's not the middle, and anti-night places it there, and then neither of those two, so 5s. 5s are done. Okay, so now, whatever pair of digits this is, let's say it was 1 and 4, this cannot be 1 or 4, so if this is a 2, that's a 3. So, however that goes, red and blue, yellow and green. Yellow and green. Now the 10 is going to have to be yellow. And the anti-night means it's not this one. But that means this is the yellow high digit. Well, these are all low digits.
And the 10 in box 2 cannot be yellow or blue. Or do we want to mess with that yet?
We can go ahead and put it like that. We know these are all low digits. And so they have to be red, yellow, blue, green. This one is not. Well, neither of these can be yellow, so it cannot pair with green. So this isn't red and this one isn't blue. And so we know that this is red, blue. And because these have to be high digits, and because of the rest of the row, 30 and 5 is 35, means there's 10 left over, means this has to be yellow, because it sees all of the other ones, and anti-night places those as yellow and green. And this sees these two and that one by anti-night, so this one is blue, because again, 35 and 10 makes 45, which is the sum of the digits in any row, column, or box. 1, 3, 4, 10. This has to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. This has to be 6, 7, 8, or 9. But this has to be red or green. But it can't be red because this sees that. So it's not red. So green, and this means that one is the high digit, and this one is the low digit. As I say that, sort of backwards.
Yeah, that's alright.
Okay. Then I ask, where can red and blue go in here? Well, they're not in the top. They're not on the top row. And on the bottom row, both red and blue see that by anti-night. So this is a red-blue pair. 1, 3, 4. So that leaves everything else as 6, 7, 8, 9. And this is a yellow high digit and a blue high digit. And this is a red high digit. And I think red and blue were swapped last time, but I guess it doesn't really matter. This is 6, 7, 8, or 9. Well, this is 3 groups of 10, because that's a 10 and a 5, so it has to go 10 and 10 and 10. So I need the green high digit somewhere, as well as the red and blue high digits. And I know that this isn't the red high digit, because it's already in the box. So this has to be the red high digit in this box. So these are green or blue high digits, but then these two are the same. This sees all 4 low digits, so it's a high digit, and it's not red. It can be yellow, that'll be fine. Okay, well, too many colors, and I think I'm going to actually go ahead and take those out for a moment. Oh, these are 1, 2, 3, 4. And, well, this can't be red or blue, so these are yellow and green. This one can't be green, so this one's not yellow.
In box 6, you can place low green.
It has to be here, which places it
low green. Yeah.
in box 4. And then this is high digit, so it's this one. And so are these two. And these have to be green and blue, so this one is red. Yellow low digit has to be here. Leaves this as a high digit. Yellow low digit can't be in either of those. Yellow low digits are here. Green low is not here or here, and it's clearly not yellow. And green low digit has to be one of those two, and one of those two. But that's not enough information. Alright, where can red low digits go? Here, infinite, bottom, infinite. Those two here, here, here. So it's one of these three. These three. Not there. Neither of those two. But that's it. Okay, so what about blue low digits? One of these two. Infinite. Then it has to be on the bottom here. Can't be here. These two mean it can't be there. With those three, That's not helpful enough. Okay, so that was the most we could do with red and blue low digits, so I guess now we need to consider high digits.
Red high can be placed in box 8.
Not
Box
here.
8. Box 8.
Oh. Not there, antonite, red, 6 and down. You'd think I'd know how to count the boxes by now.
Yeah, whatever. Where does that put it in box 7?
Not here, not there. Well, it has to be one of these two, but that places it here, in box 9. And here, in column 8. And here in box 1, which then places it finally in box 7. And I guess we knew that that was a red high digit for a while.
Yeah, didn't pay attention to that though, did we?
Mm-hmm.
So the high digits in box 6 are now green and blue. Anyway,
I want to look at this 35 and column 5. These two are blue and green high digits. And these two are, these three have to be blue or green high digits. Now, in this 35, I need to place the green high digit somewhere. So it's here, here, or here. But these two, one of those has to be green, and they both see this. Which means those two have to be the green high digit, which means this cannot be. Which means this is the green high digit in the row, or column, and these are the blue high digits. And this is blue high digit. Did that make sense?
mm-hmm.
Okay. And then blue high digit's one of those two. Can we consider this diagonal yet? Not really. So what are we missing? Over here, we need the red low digit and the
Alright.
green. Go ahead.
Column 6, down there, box 8, needs a low red.
Uh-huh.
And box 9 needs low red. And nothing eliminates all of them.
No.
Or any of them.
Oop.
And nothing is eliminated low red wise from box 7, so that doesn't help. Oh, well, maybe top or bottom.
That's what we get for low red.
Yeah.
Alright, what about high green? Can't be there, because it would actually eliminate everything from box 2. High green, that one. Which means that in the, it has to, oh, I already logicked that it had to be one of those two. Nope. What about high blue? Has to be one of these two. That one, so one of these three. One of those three. One of these two. So, one of those. Okay. These, all see here, so this is a high digit. This sees red, yellow, and green. So it's either blue low or it's a high digit. Because blue low now has to be one of those two. This sees all of the low digits, so this is a high digit. This one also sees all of the low digits, so it's a high digit.
That's all the high digits in row 8.
Okay, so then suddenly this one's blue and this one's red. How did I miss that?
I don't know.
It must be the time of now. Because these are yellow and green, and those are yellow and green.
Well, then yellow and green high are both on the up there.
Green can't be here.
High. So the two at the bottom of the column that are in box 7 are both low.
You're saying these two are both low?
Well, since in boxes 4 and 7, the 6, 7, 8, 9s are both yellow and green.
Yeah.
Then both yellow and green high are in box 1.
Yeah.
In column 3.
There was something about
the ones that are green and white highlighted, are those low or high?
low.
Okay. Well, then we know. Oh, I was gonna say never mind, because there's still 1, 2, 3.
Oh, this has to be red because it sees yellow, green, and blue in a row.
Okay.
This one is red.
Okay. Column 2 needs a blue high.
Can't be there, or here, or there, or 5.
And none of those can be eliminated, can they?
I don't think so.
But we did get a lot farther with that when you realized that, oh, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah. I'm going to take these out for a second.
Yeah, they keep throwing me off.
These have to be high digits, and they are yellow or green. not red. And it's not green. It's yellow or blue. The green low digit has to be one of these two. And the blue low digit is one of those two. Okay. Well, okay. So blue low is here and here because blue low is there, and then the whole row here. It's not helpful.
All right.
All right.
I was going to say in row 3, we need blue low and a yellow or blue high. Well, the one on the left can't be yellow high.
But it could be blue.
And the one on the right cannot be blue high. But one of those has to be low, has to be blue low. Oh no, never mind. I'd say the one on the right can't. We already knew the one on the right can't be blue high. Blue and green. Diagonal. Red and yellow do not sum to 5.
Right.
Blue and green do not sum to 15.
Uh-huh.
And that's not helping any either, is it?
Can these both be high digits?
Well, they can't be yellow and green, so they would have to be red and blue.
Which do
They
sum
cannot
to
both
15.
be.
Oh, no.
Well,
All right. One of them has to be a low digit.
right. One of those has to be low. Oops.
Could they both be low? And that would be maximum 14 plus a maximum of 18 and 9, or 17 and 9 is 26. 26 and 14 is 40. Okay. So mathematically speaking, there's no reason why they can't both be low. Could they be low and high? 4 and 7 is 11. And 26 is 37. 5 makes it 42. Okay. So I can get above 40. And I think it's very possible to get below 40. They were high and low. One's low and one's high. If this is yellow, these are both blue. But if that's blue, then that's blue. Because this couldn't be the yellow high digit. So this is blue regardless. Right? Because if this is yellow, they're both blue. But if this is blue, then it's the yellow high digit here, but these would force it to be there.
Yeah, it's blue either way.
But that can't be the yellow high digit. Because of that. Wait, these are the yellow and green high digits. Because of this. And that.
And that's all the high digits in column 3.
And so this has to be the yellow high digit, so these are both blue. And so this is low and this is high.
So now blue high can be placed in box 7.
7 here. And then this would be blue low. And so that is not blue, not red. So this is red low. And green low.
Green low can be placed in box 2. Red low could be placed in box 2.
Already in box 2. Did you mean box 3?
No. We need blue low in box 2.
Has to be here. Because this takes blue low out of those two, placing it there,
Right.
which takes it at the top. One. And this is not green, this one's not yellow. And this is that one, green, yellow, which means this one's not yellow and not green, meaning this one is not yellow and this one's not green. This is a high digit, and it's either blue or Can't be green, because that's green. So this is... And this is also a high digit. Must be yellow. This isn't green because it's blue. This is not yellow, and that one's not green. Which I could have done from there. Okay. The puzzle's done, except for this diagonal.
The numbers.
And, yellow. Wait, no. Wait. We have 2 blues, 2 greens, 2 reds, and a yellow.
And a 5.
And we know that blue and green are not 15. So they're not 30 together.
Right.
But two blues and 2 greens. Okay. They cannot be 8, 9, because 17 and 17 is
34.
And 5 is 39, and I'm only making 40. And I've got 3 additional digits, 2 of which have to be the same. So 8, 9 is out. 7, 9 is 16, which is 32, plus 5 is 37, but 1, 1, and 2, which is the minimum possible from the low digits, isn't allowed. And so we know it's not 6, 9. So blue and green cannot have 9 in them. Because we tried 8, 9, we tried 7, 9, and it's never 6, 9 because blue and green are not 15.
Right.
And since blue is not 9, red cannot be 6. And the reason, and neither can yellow. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, 6s are out. No. Yes, 6s are out. And what that means is that yellow low and red low cannot have 4. Why am I not doing this systematically? Okay, not 4s. And then blue low and green low and green high. Alright. Okay, hold on. All the blues and all the greens. Okay, we just pulled out the 9s, and because there's no 9s, there's no 1s. There, that was so much easier, and I should have done that with the other ones. Okay,
Oh, well.
But we know that blue or green must use a 6. And if blue is 6, then red is 9, but red low would be 1. Okay, so if blue is 6, or green is 6, then I have to have a 1 for the low digit. So if I did 6, 8, that is 14, which would pair with a 1 and a 3.
which would be 7. Is what we need. Is what we need to get.
So, 6
3,
and
3,
8
and 1 is
and
7.
14 and 14 is 28, plus 5 is 33, which gets to the 7 that you said, which could be 3, 3, and 1, like you said. Which would make red 3s, which means green is 6 and blue is 8. So could 6, 7 work? 6, 7 is 13, and 13 is 26, plus 5 is 31.
So we need 9.
And 6 is 1, but you can't do 2 4s. Because the 7 would have to be, would place the other as being 2. And so, it has to be 6, 8. And it has to be green.
Pairs with 4, yeah.
Yeah. So, blue, 7, 8, no, 6, 7, and 6, 7, and 3, 4. Okay, so red is 2 and 8.
Thought it was 3.
No.
And
Yeah,
7.
3. Gosh darn it. Okay. It's not 2.
Add 1, 2.
And it's not 1. It's not 8. And it's not 9. Okay. Yellows are not 2. They're not 3. They're not 7. They're not 8. So now, 9s, 1s, 4s, no. 6s, 2s, 8s, 3s, 7s.
And we only went over by 13 minutes.
Yeah. I think we struggle with that one because it's nap time.
Yeah.
I don't think it was as hard as we made it, because we made a really easy mistake early on, and then I chose to restart the puzzle when you wanted to just switch the colors. And that probably would have been fine to switch the colors. And then we missed a few little easy things that just took us a while to see. Like this, the yellow and green high digits had to be here after we placed those, and something with like low digits in this cage here. All of that stuff, if we'd just seen them faster, which I think we could have, would have solved the puzzle faster if we were more awake. But we're not more awake, and that's fine. It is allowed to be not awake. So, any comments on the puzzles that we solved today?
No.
All right. Then I don't have any additional commentary either. So we'll transition back to talking before we do the screen end scene. Yeah. Anything that you wanted to talk about before we end stream, Emma?
No, and it might be my
Might be bedtime.
Okay. I restarted the voice meter because you were getting all choppy.
Oh,
Talk to me first. Oh, heck, hey, yeah, it was on my end.
okay, cool.
Because you were getting all buzzy, and it's like I could still hear you and understand what was being said, but it was weird.
Yeah, voice
And
meter
now it's
just needs
fine.
to be reset every once in a while. It's annoying that
Yeah.
happens, but yeah. Anyway, um, upcoming things on the stream. I'll just be playing Horizon Zero Dawn randomly, so make sure to just pay attention for when I'm live for that. But otherwise, there'll be Sudoku tomorrow at the usual time of 8 Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern, and then Project Zomboid on Thursday night after midnight, which makes it Friday, and Friday night after midnight, which makes it Saturday. And so pay attention to the times that are posted for those, as I have put them on YouTube by now. Other than that, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fancy YouTube engagement stuff. Share the video, and all of that. Otherwise, have a good day, and we will see you in the next one.